Coach, it felt like your team was in it for parts of the game, but that second period really bogged you guys down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, the first period we were jumping, and then we had, right before they score the goal, we have consecutive turnover, and then we lose a face-off, and which has been a real problem for us since the deadline. We lost 2 centermen. We've had a hard time in the dot, and then they score on a deflection, and then, give them credit. They came out, and they built off of that. They had consecutive shifts where they controlled the play. In the second period, they played a good team game, and we didn't respond to it. We continued to turn pucks over. We didn't defend well. We were lucky that it was only 3-0 after 2.
I imagine that second goal was particularly frustrating. A rim around the whole zone and another kind of confusion net front below the goal line type thing. How'd you see that one?
But I don't think it was confusion. It was just lost coverage.
Yeah.
One guy's got one guy to cover, and he forgets he's there. That's just like a completely blown coverage. There's no confusion. I don't know how you don't know there's a guy there, right?
Derek, you have anything?
Just the penalties again, an issue tonight, and
Yeah, I don't think Gudis was a penalty. Anybody that watched it, he hit him with a hip check. And again, I don't see it. The one referee that's looking right at it doesn't call it, and then the other referee calls it. Then there's a pig pile on Gudis, and nobody gets called for a penalty. So again, I'm done. The referees didn't cost us the game today. We didn't play well, but this is just keeps recycling the same stuff over and over again with the penalties. I don't know how. Even if he did hit him and it was a penalty and it wasn't, and they pig pile on him, there's no other penalty. But at the end of the game, they get a penalty for tripping. I know it's a minute and 9 seconds to go, and we hit a guy with our shoulder, and he gets a penalty after that penalty to even that one out. I don't get it. I think we're all done talking about it, but that doesn't help you trying to get momentum back. We didn't play well enough to win, but that just adds more severity to it.
Within Leo makes some spectacular plays to create chances, great for other people, but his goal tonight, pretty slick first touch there, passage, just how you saw that goal develop, I guess, and his confidence as a 19-year-old kid.
Well, from where I stood on the bench, it was Leo Carlson, and then a huge gap to the rest of the Anaheim Ducks tonight. Huge. There was just, we didn't do much. We didn't generate much. He was the one guy I felt that tried to make something happen every play, and he was outworking people for pucks, out skating people. So credit to him. I think when you watch him play, if you're on our team, you're like, wow, that guy's a good hockey player, and why, we've got to try and mirror his effort. He's got talent, obviously, but he works. He works to get pucks back. He works to back check. He works in the D zone. So for me, he's a good role model for the whole group, and he's only 19.
Obviously, St. Louis coming in, desperate team,
Yeah.
really clinging to
Yeah.
playoff life. How do you guys plan to kind of match that intensity, and what are you looking at in that matchup?
Honestly, Andrew, I'm more worried about our team.
Yeah.
We played a couple good games in a row in Vancouver and Calgary, and then tonight we looked flatter than water on a plate, So we've got to figure out how to get energized and play a team that's scratching and clawing for a playoff berth.
Gudis comes back in after missing 10 games. How did you feel he adjusted to being?
He was off. His passing was off. Some of his decision making was off. That's going to happen though. He hasn't played in a while. The other thing is we haven't practiced since we were in Seattle. I think that was like 10 days ago. And that's why these road trips, that one was especially long because we had the aborted flight on the way back, and then another day that could have been a practice day got squashed because of the day off. So, we had not practiced, I think. I don't even know what the date was, but it was the day between the Seattle games. So, that probably didn't help us tonight either. But we'll get back to work tomorrow.
You're searching for a couple goals at the end there, and Trevor was not out there. I was just curious why he didn't play the last half of the third.
The last half of the third, Trevor?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played the whole third period. He came off. He pulled himself off at the end of the icing call, and then I don't know what time that was, but I don't know what he was doing, but I don't know if he was dealing with an injury or what, but he had asked the referee if he could get off, and then I don't know what was going on with him, but then there was the pulled goalie came and we had the first unit out there. I mean, Newell runs the pulled goalie, and we decided to go with the lines, and his line was going to come out next, but we took the penalty.
All right, thanks, bro.